Hello, this is Jeremy Guerin, your host of Pointlessly Relevant, and I'm here to talk a little bit more about NBA basketball. I've had a couple of questions come in. You guys enjoy the music and enjoy the show. As you guys can see, the standings over in the West are pretty tough. This is going to be hard for any team to come out of. You got the Houston Rockets at the top, and quite frankly, you can pencil them in there. Golden State right now is terrible due to injuries. They lost to the Sacramento Kings last night, and I like the Sacramento Kings, but they're not ready for the Golden State Warriors. They're injured, they're hurt. At this point, you realize they're not trying to get the number one seed. Could they fall to number 3? It's possible, but very, very unlikely. Along with that, however, you got Portland Trailblazers, you've got Oklahoma City Thunder, you got Utah Jazz, New Orleans Pelicans, San Antonio Spurs, Minnesota Timberwolves, and outside looking in, you got the LA Clippers, Denver Nuggets, and LA Lakers. Now, I always look to the loss side because that is something that you can't affect. You can affect the win side, you can't affect the loss side in your favor. So I look at the loss side, and let's see here, 9, 10, 11. The only thing separating the 11th seed from the 4th seed is is 9 games. 9 games. I mean, I don't see that. That is a pretty big chasm right there. I don't see the Lakers getting in there, but man, they could make it interesting. They're doing so much better than everybody thought they would. But at the same time, you're looking at this, it's like, man, if you're sitting at like 30 wins right now, you better continue to play. Yes, I know you're at the 4th seed now, but in 2 weeks, you could be out of it. Another thing about this is that, man, these matchups, you can't tell how it's going to go. Is it possible that Minnesota's not going to get into the playoffs again? Is it possible that the Warriors are going to have to go through the Spurs and then the Oklahoma City Thunder and then the Houston Rockets? Or is it possible that they're going to have to be beaten up and have to play against Damian Lillard or Anthony Davis? This playoff is going crazy. It's exciting to see who's going to get in and who's going to make it all the way through to the finals. Over in the East, not so much. Those top 8 teams, yeah, they're all going to the playoffs. The Detroit Pistons, man, you know what? That just shows how pointless the big man has become in today's NBA. Andre Drummond, your starting center, is averaging close to 16 rebounds a game and hitting his free throws and has a good field goal percentage and blocks shots. Plus, you've got Blake Griffin, who is supposed to get in there and lead you to the promised land. It could be, quite honestly, just because a couple of key players like Reggie Jackson are hurt and they need those guys to propel the other guys. But man, it's sad to see that Detroit's not going to make it. Miami's in there. That's cool. The Milwaukee Bucks, if they want a really bright future, then I think they're where they need to be. They have a chance to upset their way all the way to the conference finals. And depends on who they play in the conference finals, they have a chance to go to the finals. But odds are they're going to have a really good series in the first round and be out in the first round and see if they can't make a small move during the summer. If you've seen my other basketball about LeBron going to Milwaukee, you know why that sounds a little bit funny. Philadelphia is in that same boat. You know what? Who are they going to play? Probably, as of right now, the 3-6 matchup would be the Cleveland Cavaliers, but who knows what's going to happen as we get closer to the end. Are they ready to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in a 7-game series? I don't think so, but boy, wouldn't that be crazy. It would almost be bad for them to win. Because if they want LeBron James, it's not like LeBron James can lose to a team and then go to them, because we see the hate that went towards Kevin Durant for doing that. Although when it's a team like Philadelphia and you were in the situation you were, like in Cleveland, maybe it'd be a little different. I don't know. But that 4-5 matchup, Victor Oladipo versus John Wall, if he's even there, that's going to be really interesting. A lot of people think that Victor Oladipo is going to win the MVP next year. Sam wanted me to discuss that. I'm going to discuss that here in a few minutes. The top of the league, the Toronto Raptors. Wow, only 18 losses. They actually have a chance at home court throughout. Not just the Eastern Conference. They have a outside shot of actually getting the top seed in the whole NBA, even over the Western Conference teams. So we'll see how they do. Are they going to choke once they get to the playoffs? I hope not. But at the same time, I'm still rooting for Cleveland to make it. Cleveland's sitting in the 3 seed. They can't get up much higher than that. The 2 seed is technically possible, but doubtful. I think the 3 seed is where they're going to be. It is possible, however, that they could fall all the way to 5, and that would mean they'd start the playoffs knowing that every series they would not have home court advantage. That's going to be tough. That is going to be really tough for them to even get to the finals. So I do think that LeBron is playing well and getting all these crazy triple-doubles. His scoring is now up to 27 points per game and now 9 assists a game. Meanwhile, he's almost averaging a triple-double. He's playing really well. I think he sees the importance of at least getting home court in the first round. That would help them, even on a travel versus exhaustion concept in the playoffs. So we're going to see what happens here. Will LeBron propel his team again to the NBA Finals? And can they win? Will Toronto shock the world? Will that something that happens to every player who finally wins a championship, will that finally happen to DeMar DeRozan? I don't know. We'll see. Will one of these young teams with their young but very talented superstar all of a sudden propel their team to the finals like LeBron James did so many years ago? Can Giannis do it with the Bucks? Can Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid do it with the 76ers? Well, we're going to find out. NBA drama, boy, we love it. Stay tuned. Now I'm going to answer the question. What would it take for Victor Oladipo to win the MVP next year, okay? He's not going to have the statistical anomaly that was Russell Westbrook last year, okay? Russell Westbrook only won 47 games, but a 30-point-per-game triple-double average is so historic you have to acknowledge it, I guess. Victor cannot go that route. He is not going to do that well. However, can he average 25 points per game and several other big statistics and get the Indiana Pacers to the top 2 seeds in the East, including, you're there, up there. It's not like you get the number 1 seed and are still 10 games behind the top 3 seeds in the West. No, you're with those teams as well. Well, a couple things have to happen. Number 1, you have to be that great. And Victor actually probably can do that. Another thing, though, is that you need at least 2 other all-stars on your team. Now, can Miles Turner, power forward / center, can he continue to improve into an all-star? Maybe a lower-level one if he really upgrades his rebounding. Also from Lithuania, you have Domantas Sabonis that could be a real possibility as well. That's Arvydas Sabonis's son. He's, again, from Lithuania, has played really well this season. He was also in that trade for Paul George last summer. And, while Victor Oladipo became an all-star, it also looks like Sabonis could become an all-star. Can he develop into that? I think so. He definitely has the skill set if he continues to improve on his game. And yes, those are the things that have to happen in order for Victor Oladipo to become the MVP next season. You got to have those young players elevate their games, develop an all-star or lower-level all-star game, all right? Also, you need to convince another free agent all-star caliber player to come in with the understanding that he's coming to Victor Oladipo's team. We need you to put up all-star numbers, but it's Victor's team. And if that all can happen next season, then you'll see the Indiana Pacers move up to one of the top 2 seeds in the East, and Victor Oladipo win the MVP. That being said, I don't see that happening next season. It is very possible later on down the line. I think the Pacers are moving in the right direction. I think the fact that they're still in the playoffs says a lot about them. It also says a lot about Victor Oladipo and Sabonis for coming in with kind of a chip on their shoulder. With Russell Westbrook, they could only win 47 games, and they get traded away for Paul George. Oklahoma City is only marginally better, but the Pacers are actually a lot better, and they have a higher ceiling as well. So we'll see what happens. Thank you again for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about what's going on with next year's MVP. Have a wonderful day and stay pointlessly relevant.